This is Sarah.
And this is Susan, and welcome to Shh and Shut Up.
Were you? Shh, because we can't shut up.
I
There we
feel like I
go.
usually say yay after that because I don't
I
know
know
what
we
to
normally say
say.
like boom or yay or something, but
I just
we
don't
were
know what
just
to say.
silent this week.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan, are you gonna explain the situation at hand? Because we're
Yeah.
supposed to be together recording this, and we should have been recording this a week ago.
No, literally. So, guys, let's back up a week ago. Actually, let's back up a week ago where I get this weird deathly cold, which is like just it just added to the
It
stress of
added
the
to the stress of
weekend
the week. Yeah,
because
for
who gets
sure.
sick in the middle of the summer, first of all? And
I
second
did
of
last summer.
it's the
Do you remember
worst.
that?
I
It's
do.
terrible, but
It's like it made me feel so unproductive. I was on Sudafed and Advil every 12 hours for an entire 7 days straight. So my sleep schedule got messed up.
I
Anyways,
was gonna say, not sure how this girl even slept at all. She's basically on speed, but it's
no,
fine.
I literally did not sleep very much. So I was supposed to go. Well, let's back up. Last Friday, Sarah's birthday. Everyone, we've got a
Yay!
22-year-old in the house.
Yeah, now we're both 22 for a brief
Yay!
moment.
All right. But sorry.
No?
I just didn't like how you said brief moment.
I mean, you're 23 pretty soon, girl.
I know, but I don't like to think about that.
Okay, we have a couple months. It's not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
take it away.
so
Continue.
Sarah's birthday was on Friday. So pumped, so pumped. I had some things in the morning, so my flight was in the afternoon. So I get to the airport, everything's going smoothly. I literally board the plane, and I fell asleep because I was sick and tired. And
And
then
Susan's a good sleeper,
I'm a really good sleeper, so I fell
as we
asleep.
know.
I've fallen asleep before takeoff before. I wake up though, we're still at the gate, and we
Is
waited on
this
the
when you text me and you're like, don't be concerned, but we haven't left yet?
yeah, and then I fell asleep again after. And so we were on the plane for I think like 2.5 hours. And then because they like there was something wrong with the intercom system where it was like the pilot could speak to us, like the passengers, but he couldn't speak to the just the flight attendant. So like anything he said would have to be to the whole plane, which he didn't like. So
And not only did he not like it, as a pilot, I will tell you there are laws surrounding communication there's laws regarding
okay.
communication on an airplane.
See,
So
I
the
didn't
intercom system actually is essential. It sounds stupid,
okay.
but there are laws.
Okay. See that helps because to me I'm just like, come on, man. You can say it to our face.
I know my mom said the same thing, and then I was like, well, as much as I agree, I also, unfortunately, I do know that there are laws. There's actually a lot of regulations surrounding communication on a plane.
Okay, see, this helps. So then they were like, okay, well, all of these fixes that they've been trying that haven't worked, they literally like turned off and restarted the entire plane. But
Which is a lot of work.
yeah, so and then they were like, okay, well, this next fix that they said they were gonna do, they said it's probably gonna take an hour. So we're gonna deplane everyone. And then so we got deplaned and they were like, everyone stay kind of close to the gate, like whatever. But then they gave everyone food vouchers, which was kind of epic because I was kind of hungry at this point.
That is epic.
And so everyone went to go get food. And then I show we like me plus a group of people. We didn't even get food very far away. We showed up back at the gate and it no longer said that the flight was going to Salt Lake. They had like changed the gate to a Chicago flight. And there were
Oh,
no gate agents, literally no gate agents
that's
present.
crazy.
Um, so I was like looking online, the app, everything. Anyways, moral of the story is the flight got canceled. After sitting on the plane for 2.5 hours, the flight got canceled. I called my sister to pick me up at the airport. And then it was really sad because either way, I was going to miss the rodeo because we were supposed to go to the rodeo, which Sarah still went. And I'm assuming she's going to talk about that in a
I'll
moment.
talk about that in a sec.
But anyways, so basically, if I didn't want to spend $500, the soonest I'd be able to get there would be the next afternoon, like Saturday afternoon, which like would have caused
It
me to
wasn't
miss.
even really afternoon, it was like night.
It was like night. It was like 7 p.m. And that would have caused me to miss like all of our plans.
No, literally
Either
everything we had planned occurred pretty much before that,
yeah, literally. And then I'd be
other
just
than
like,
recording this podcast and hanging out on Sunday.
yeah, which we're so sad. I'm so sad we didn't get to hang out.
Me too.
But I'm sorry, I wasn't about to pay $500.
No, 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 no. I
Doesn't
didn't
it
want you
doesn't
to.
fit in the movie budget, you know?
No,
But anyways, that was really epically tragic.
extremely.
But you still went to the rodeo.
I did. In that time when Susan's like on her plane, off her plane, me and my dear friend Maddie were getting dinner, getting
I'm so
Susan's
I'm
dinner.
so glad that she was able to be there.
Oh, me too. I would have had way more tears shed than I did already shed if Maddie hadn't have been there.
No,
But I
guys, you don't
did.
understand though. This whole time, I literally called my friend Sydney because this whole time at the airport, I'm like, dang, like I'm about to mess up Sarah's birthday, and I don't want her to cry on her birthday.
And Susan's so sweet for that. I just, for some reason, my birthday is like this built up experience in my head. Every year, I have the like world's highest expectations for this perfect day every year, even though it's just another day. Like you just do stuff to make it a fun day, and I know that. But I just get a little in my head about it.
It's okay. I don't think you're. I think a
So,
lot of people are that way about their birthdays.
I mean, maybe
I feel like
that's,
it's. I feel
I
like it's
don't
not
know, but
uncommon.
like. Probably not uncommon, but I have maybe a slight problem with when plans change and I'm not like prepared for them to change and like coping. I struggle with coping if you didn't know that about me. Anyway, so I
What?
this whole time I still got dinner with Maddie and then we're like, "Okay, let's go to Target, wander aimlessly so we can kill some time before we pick up Susan." And then we're like, "We're killing Oh, she's actually going to be here an hour later. Okay, we'll be killing a lot of time at Target." And then we're like, "Hold up. She's not even no, now it's like 2 hours is the soonest she'll get here." And we're like, so if we wait here for 2 hours, we're gonna miss the rodeo. And then we're like, well, we
Yeah,
should still go to the rodeo. We already paid for it.
absolutely.
Um, is a rodeo an activity I would ever choose to do? I hate to say it, but I
No,
think it's between the vegetarian and the raging liberal in me. Rodeos are really not the place for
no,
me.
no, it's so funny because it's like I think the only reason we had tickets to the rodeo is because I wanted to go to the
Oh,
rodeo.
absolutely. The only reason we had tickets to the
And I
rodeos
know
is
it was
because
on
Susan
your
wanted to
I
go.
know it was our plan for on your birthday, but it was
But it
really
made
because
sense
I
because it was
wanted
like
to
it's
do it.
something to do. But I, I mean, if someone invited me to, would I ever pay for a rodeo again? Probably not. Probably not more than $10, honestly. They are not the activity for me. But we did still go to the rodeo, and some of the events, I don't even know if they're called events, but some of the,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call them events,
They're
were
events.
entertaining. Okay. Some of the events were entertaining. Some of them I spent the whole time closing my eyes looking at Maddie and going, I don't like this. I really don't like it. I really can't watch this
Which
because
ones
it
did
made me
you not like?
I don't like any of the ones where they're putting ropes over little baby cows. I don't
Oh.
like when they tackle the cow. I don't like when they tie it up.
So really
Those were
any
the
of the cattle events.
I hate the cattle events. I
Okay.
hated them. I did not like them at all. I couldn't watch it. It made me too sad. The I don't know what they're called. I forgot, but the bucking horse event, that was fine. I kind of felt, except for there was one time when the horse like kicked up and then he kicked his legs over the fence and then came back down like really hard on his belly over the fence.
Mm,
And then I felt really bad for him, so I actually didn't really like
yeah.
that either. Um,
That would hurt.
yeah, it made me feel sad for them. So I think not to mention, I felt so out of place at this event. Luckily, Maddie also felt so out
Guys,
of
wait,
place.
guys. No, I sent Maddie a text like when before I told Sarah my flight actually got canceled, not just mega delayed. I sent Maddie a text. I said, I think I said like, how is Sarah doing emotionally or something?
I think you did because Maddie read it to me and she's like, I think Susan's concerned about you. And
No,
I was like,
I
well,
said, how stressed does Sarah seem right now?
yes. And Maddie read that to me and I said, I mean, I'm a little stressed. I just want Susan to get here. And then I was thinking about the fact that once again, well, not only is a rodeo not an event for me because I just feel sad for the animals, also, if you didn't know this about me already, I'm a raging liberal. And this is not an event for the raging liberals. The number of like Trump shirts I saw,
Oh,
the
Maddie
amount of
literally,
like
her response to me asking how stressed you were, the reason I bring it up is her response was a picture of the guy. Okay, you can't see that.
oh my gosh.
They're
The
the
guy
same
in
picture.
front of me was wearing this t-shirt that had it was Trump holding a Coors Light and a gun, I think. And do you know what I don't like? Guns.
Those things.
not and Trump. Let's not to get crazy political here, but I'm a gun hater and a Trump hater.
Yeah.
Big
Can you
time.
tell she's from Portland?
Um, well, what can I say? If the shoe fits,
And
wear it. My
you
hair's
know,
not blue though.
that is true.
And my mom told me this week that I bleed straight energy. What does that mean? I don't know, but I am straight. So, anyway,
That's crazy. I give a girl, oh,
I
instead
was
of going
like,
to
have I
Sarah's.
kissed a million girls? Roughly, but just as jokes, just for clarity.
Yeah.
It's
So
and
that's
pecks, they're all baby kisses, but
yeah,
still
baby
kissed them.
kisses.
Still lip touch lip.
Lip to lip. Does that mean Maddie and I are Eskimo sisters?
Because you guys have both kissed me?
Oh my gosh. I
Oh,
just
that's so
realized that.
cute.
That's adorable. I'm gonna text Maddie.
Yeah, let's do that. Anyway,
But
but the point is the rodeo was fun, just not an event I would ever go to again. And then when
not
I
Sarah's
learned
vibe.
that Susan wasn't coming, then I'm sitting at the rodeo. It was during the cattle tie-up event. I don't know what it's called, but they just throw the rope and then they tie it around the guy jumps off the horse, ties it around his legs. And then the little babies just kept trying to stand up while their legs were all tied up, and it literally made me sad. And then Susan told me when she wasn't coming, and then I was just sitting there, literally dead face straight, just like at the dirt, tears streaming down my face. And Maddie looks over at me and she's like, "So, do we need to leave?" And I was like, "No, no, it's gonna be okay. I want to watch bull riding." And I wanted to watch the fireworks.
If you weren't a bull, how long do you think you'd be able to stay on?
I can't even stay on a mechanical bull very well. But I also find it mortifying a little bit.
Give me some seconds.
Well, what isn't the event 8 seconds long? I'll last all 8 seconds.
You that's all 8 seconds.
Oh yeah. I got pretty strong thighs. They'll tie me rope I'll pinch that bad boy with my thighs. It'll be like, have you seen when people smash watermelons between their thighs? I got
That's under
my
thighs.
monster thunder thighs got to be good for something, and that's to hold myself on a bowl. For reference, everyone, I'm joking.
Yes.
I don't know, probably 1 second. And also, these people get tossed off the bowl and then try not to get like trampled by it.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
scary.
freaky.
I will say I've never bull ridden, but I've been thrown off a horse before. And the like his name's Levi. Levi was kind of he was scared of this. He's a baby. He was afraid of deep sand. Okay, and we were walking through a wash like in the desert, and there was too much deep sand, so he was scared. Anyways, moral of the story is that like the hardest thing was not recovering from the fall. It was how do I not get stepped on while trying to stand
Yeah,
back
that's
up
what I told
after
Maddie
my
while we were
adrenaline
watching.
just spiked.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
but after that, guys, I made Loki a fire cake. Like it was,
It
I
looked
thought it was
so good.
really good.
And if I
So
was there, I would have eaten wheat to eat that cake.
you should have.
Yeah.
But anyway, so all in all, tears were shed, and then after Maddie left my house, I called Susan and cried again.
Oh,
So I
and
did
I
do
was,
a few good cries.
yeah, well, guys, I shed some tears too, but 'cause
She
after I
did.
got back from the airport, I got a call from a friend inviting me to game night. And so I ended up back at Dason's house. And
I
anyways,
keep calling these boys her boyfriends,
they're not.
even though they're absolutely not,
They're
but I like to call them
absolutely not.
that.
But anyways, so because they live the same house, but they're not related. But so I was at Dason's parents' house. And so Sarah called me. So I went, well, first I went into their front yard and I was just like talking to Sarah in the grass of their front yard, crying in the grass of their front yard, just like rolling around on the ground. And I was like, I really hope like no one's looking through the windows right now. But then she called me again a different time this same night, and then I was just crying on the couch.
Yeah, and I was just curled up in a ball on my floor, okay? Very reasonable.
Yeah. Very, very reasonable.
Yeah.
That's a
Anyway,
great place to cry. But
overall
then,
good birthday. Devastating Susan couldn't make it,
and that's why we're separate.
and that's why we're
And
separate.
yeah,
And look, hey, we have an emo episode today too.
we do. But today our episode is on because it's like it's August now, which is crazy. But
I start school in 2 weeks and I have orientation in 11 days.
That's so stressful. I
Yeah, I
move
know.
in like a week and 2 days, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So I'm on my last West Coast hurrah at the beach with my mom right now.
Oh, I'm so
But
jealous of the beach time.
it's so nice. Anyways, but today's episode, the main focus, now that we've gotten through why we're not together,
Yeah, that might have
is
taken us 20 minutes, but that's okay.
that's okay. But the main focus of our episode is back to school and specifically like things we learned in undergrad, college
Yeah,
slash
kind of the
like
things we learned in the last 4 years.
or like with things we wish we would have known, just like
Yeah.
all of the above. Life lessons from undergrad with Sarah and
hmm
Susan.
Yes, because now we're both 22, so we're like basically like old and wise. So let's teach our
No,
18-year-old
literally.
selves a little
And
bit.
speaking about the age, my first thing on my list is Taylor Swift quote, which is
Okay, go
the
ahead.
how does a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22?
No, but for
And
real.
my thing that I have written down on my list is that quote is so real because
It's so real. Taylor Swift is a genius, but we already knew this.
she is a genius. I feel like everyone goes into college. Well, not everyone, but I went into college thinking like I knew what I wanted to do. And then not my freshman, my sophomore year, then I was like, oh my gosh, wait, do I actually want to do like different things? And I don't know. We took a journey on life paths. And so I really feel like that's real and that's okay. And I think a lot of people go through that. And it's okay to change your mind.
Definitely.
But
Even good to change your mind,
it
honestly.
is because I also think that like when you're more willing to like change and reroute, like you're more able to like receive more things. Like I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, when you're more flexible, you're open to more opportunity,
Yeah.
I
And
think.
I will say that I think like both of us struggle with being a little flexible in plans. Like
Oh,
once our brains are
yeah.
set on a plan, it's like that has to happen. And so that's an easier said than done type thing. But no, I definitely think it's okay to change your mind, course correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I have one that's pretty related. If my phone will open back up. Um, oh, I kind of think 4 years ago, I still struggle with this, but like no decision, very few decisions are either like yes or no, black and white. Like there's so much room for like there's so much gray area. There's so many like factors in every decision and very few decisions that have one right answer. Like a plan
Yes.
can change and that's okay. And like you can choose one thing even when you have four options and it doesn't mean that you chose like you can't really choose wrong often.
Yeah, and there can also be like good, better, and best, but it doesn't make you like a bad person if you choose some of the like better or good options instead of maybe the best because sometimes like sometimes that's okay. But also, I would say also like adding on to that, it's okay if what's best for you is not what's best for someone else.
Yeah, 100%. Like decisions were not intended to be the same for everyone. That's why we all
Yeah.
get to make
And I was
choices.
actually I was talking to my friend Lexi about this because she was talking to me. She's going into, I think she's gonna be a junior, maybe a sophomore. No, she's definitely gonna be a junior. And she is talking about how she's really stressed and she just feels like her like study methods, like she spends so much time on things and like doesn't see it like reciprocated in like her grades or whatever.
Yeah, which is a
And
hard
like
spot.
one of the things I feel like I had to learn was that I feel like I don't study, which is a weird thing to say,
Which is great for you. It
but
doesn't work for me.
but it's like I realized that like the way I study is different. Like the way I study is like if I'm like really in tune like during a lecture and I take active notes and then I go back and like redo my notes and like stuff like I can't just like sit down and like study like most people. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I felt like mildly embarrassed about that sometimes because people would be like, "Oh my gosh, I studied for this test for a bajillion hours," and I'd be like, I woke up from a nap 5 minutes ago. Like, I hope I don't fail. Um, And it's okay, like, if your brain works different. And for some classes, obviously, it's different than others. But,
Hmm.
like, I don't know. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about that the other day. But also, on that note, you will fail tests.
Oh, yeah. It's you're you've never failed before, but you're gonna actually legit like fail now, and that's okay.
And that's really okay.
And you can
I,
recover from that. We've
that
both
was,
reached our goal. Well, I don't know if you failed quite as bad as I have, but um,
I've gotten some pretty low exam scores, but my, like, final grades always ended up fine.
in my final grades,
Wait,
almost
so
always ended up
Sarah,
fine.
I literally failed physics.
Oh, you
Are
did
we
fail
forgetting?
physics.
I forgot.
I forgot you failed physics.
Because guys, I just like to say that percentage wise, I got an 80% in the course, but they gave me an F because I did not get a high enough grade on the final exam
Because you
to
did fail.
pass
Yeah,
the
you failed the final.
Yeah. But I've also
Oops.
gotten like I've failed an OChem test, I failed the biochem test, I failed the biostats test. But
Fair.
and
I guess, yeah.
that's okay. Like I feel like that was a hard transition though in high school because
I
like
got a B. I feel like I was humbled. 2, Calc 2 freshman year truly humbled me. If you've taken Calc 2 at the U of A, the number of people I know who've retaken or just straight up dropped it because they legitimately would have a 0% chance of passing is almost everyone I know.
I mean I think my roommate, I think Lana, it was either Calc 2 or Calc 3.
I hope it was Calc 2. Calc 3 is easier.
Well, she tried to do it in a condensed online course.
Oh, right. Anyway, the point is, you will get humbled. Classes will humble you, and it's okay. And life goes on. We've both made it to our goals. I'm at my number one like school for pharmacy. Like this is the school I wanted to go to. I got interviews at every school I applied to. I literally canceled interviews.
Yeah, you
And I
did.
got a C in physics. Life goes on.
Yeah, I had to retake physics. But and I had to because it didn't affect my U of A transcript because it was actually I failed physics at community college, guys. But I had to submit those transcripts to grad schools, and I still got in.
And that's okay. And we're here we are. We're fine.
And here we are. But anyways, let me look at my list. Let me see what's
Okay.
next.
I have a kind of a funny one.
Okay, let's hear it.
If it looks like an infectious disease, it probably is. Susan knows this, but I may or may not have gotten a disease. Quite the infection.
Quite the
Junior year,
infection.
quite the infection.
We
And,
had we had some gnarly stuff happen with our skin junior year because you
I
had
had some
that.
gnarly stuff happen, period,
I'm
junior
not sure you
year.
want to mention what that was, but that was gnarly. And then I got strep on my hands.
Oh, I forgot you did
Guys, I
that.
don't know if like it's like some viruses like can give you something called a glove rash, and it's kind of rare. And yeah, they damaged my hands literally looked like well, first they were flaming red for a few weeks, and then they looked literally like corpse hands. And Sarah's legs got
I had staph infection wounds up from basically my waist down to my feet, all over.
that was
And
fall
when I
semester, right?
Yeah, that was fall. And when I finally went to urgent care about it, because I was like, I'm kind of concerned that these are something, they're really extremely painful and they're spreading. They were concerned I was going to be septic like immediately. They told me if I experience any changes at all to go to the ER immediately, which is the second time urgent care told me that month, by
Yeah,
the
but I
way.
think you literally got the infection from the ER.
I think I got the infection from the hospital too. But yeah, so if it looks like an infectious disease, don't wait until you have like 30 wounds
No.
that are disgusting to go get them checked out.
Also, just trust your gut when it comes to your health in general.
Yes,
I had to
I
keep like
failed
even
that
this last
multiple
semester. I
times.
mean, like obviously, like I'm a chronically ill girl. I've got to be going to the doctor. But like even last semester though, like I was like something's wrong with my lungs. Like I can't breathe. And then it just like I kept having to go back and back. He's like, you probably just have inflammation. Let me give you a steroid inhaler. That like low-key made it feel worse. And then turns out I had bronchitis. Just needed some antibiotics to clear it up. But just like and also, you don't always trust your gut with your mental health because I like, well, I just like to say that I've correctly diagnosed some people.
Me included.
I have this friend, and so she's got anxiety. And her family has a history of bipolar disorder. And so she went on some what's a common anxiety medication?
There's a lot of them.
Zoloft?
Zoloft is common.
I
Very
feel
common. I
I
think that is what she was on, wasn't
I
it?
think it was Zoloft. So she got put on Zoloft. And
Or pros? No, it was
it
Zoloft.
was Zoloft. I think it was the day after she got put on it. We hung out because she was like, "My pupils are really dilated. Can you drive me to Target?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, girl." And her pupils were really dilated for a few days. And she was like, "Yeah, I just feel so zen, so calm." She's like, "It feels like I'm on Molly." And I was like, "Eh, like, is that a good feeling?" Like, well, I like
Well,
temporary, yes, but like
temporarily,
I mean, like,
sure,
is this a
but
good way? Is this like a good sign? I guess like this
probably
seems
not.
and her pupils really dilated. Anyways, also apparently you're supposed to go on an antipsychotic if you've got bipolar disorder if you're put on antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication.
Not always,
Well, she was
but
not put on an antipsychotic. Anyways, those are
I
off
said, well,
then.
not always. You aren't
Yeah.
always.
Well, so
It's depends on the
she
situation.
then got sent into a bout of mania
Yeah.
and then a really big bout of depression after that. But she's fine now. She went off the Zoloft and she's rocking. But I'm just
Yay.
saying that like
No, but if you think something's wrong with your mental health, you're
that's like
probably right.
I don't know, that was just a wild ride.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her and I was like, "Do you remember your little gremlin?" And she was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like 2 years ago when we lived together, every single day you mentioned the gremlin in your mind that was telling you to destroy your life." And she was like, "What?" I was
That's
like, "Yeah,
funny.
it's fine." So she's in a much better place, but I'm just saying, don't mess around with that.
No, and I have one related to that, and mine was sometimes a diagnosis will make life make a lot more sense. And then maybe you
Do
can
you
get
want
some help.
to, I'm like, how much do you want to say about that? Do you want to speak on that?
You mean when I finally was diagnosed with OCD and secondary to my OCD, I have anxiety, which everyone knew. This is no
Yeah.
surprise to anyone.
Um, some people may have been shocked by the OCD, but the anxiety should not
I
have
don't think
shocked.
anyone, do you know how many people asked professionals? I had two pharmacists that I worked for asked me if I had clinically diagnosed OCD, and I thought I might. Um, Apparently my mom was like, "Yeah, I knew this whole time." I think it made a lot more sense in my mind once I realized like, well, I certainly have some obsessions, some that are super obvious to people and some that like, no, I don't. You only know if
Wait,
I've told
can
you,
I
but
tell a story that you actually don't know about your obsessions?
uh yeah.
So guys, so Sarah texted me, you know part of the story. But so like we previously said, we're not like huge into the gift giving for birthdays, but Sarah's been talking about this perfume for a while, and it was the Valentino Born in Roma green perfume. So weeks ago, guys, weeks
I'm
ago.
surprised Susan even knows
No,
this.
weeks ago, I go to Sephora and I get it's expensive. I'm sorry.
I know.
I got her the
That's why I
small
haven't
one.
bought it.
And at this point I was planning to go to Utah, so I was like, perfect, I can just fly with this. So I literally bought her this perfume. The week of her birthday, she texted me that she went to Sephora, got her like a free birthday gift, and then she was telling me that she got a perfume. So obviously, I would have asked anyways, but I was like, I have to make sure it's not the one I got you, and it was not the one. So I was like, okay, a girl can
No,
never have
because I
too.
can't afford it.
Well,
And this one also smells great.
and then I was like, okay, well, a girl cannot have too many perfumes. And then Sarah sends me a text message either the same day or the next day saying like, "Oh, I think my sister's got me a perfume for my birthday." Like, I'm like, maybe I need to return the one that I just bought
Well,
today.
because the problem was I was freaking out about, I had four spirals that week about money.
Okay.
So it was like, it was a money issue, not a perfume owning
Okay.
issue
Well,
because
sometimes I don't
frankly,
know.
I've been smelling great lately.
I believe that. But sometimes I don't know because like you do sometimes like little things like that stress you out and I was like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
well, I was like, well, okay, if getting her perfume is gonna cause her stress, I'm returning this. So
That's
I
funny.
returned. Well, and then I didn't make it up to Utah, so I was like, I'm returning this.
Frankly, I feel like I've missed out now, but that's fine.
I know.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
it's okay. Maybe I'll mail you something.
That's not the point.
It's like, but in my mind, like when you were, because that is one of your obsessions and things you spiral about is money. But
Money. owning items,
But I
all
thought it was
sorts
more
of
I
things.
thought it was
But
more of an owning items spiral that we were having. So I was
oh, it
like,
was a
okay,
money spiral,
I
but
was
that's
like,
okay.
if the owning items and owning more perfume is gonna stress you out, I'm returning this bad boy because
Yeah.
it was not cheap. Like
No.
I would have bought it for you. I mean, I did actually buy it for you.
Thank you. That was so sweet of you.
But anyways, so Sarah, yeah, but we know
My
these
point
things.
is, sometimes in that once I was finally someone was like, "Girl, you have OCD." I was like, "Oh, so I'm right. It's not normal to have this like idea that comes into your mind, and then you're like, if I don't complete this idea immediately, my family's gonna die.
Or
Like
if I
that's not
drive
normal.
today, people will die.
If I drive today, I'm gonna kill someone. Yeah, like that's not normal,
That is not normal.
and it's good to know that that's not normal, and maybe your therapist will fire you over it. And okay, I'll just tell that the story goes like this. I was in therapy, and then my therapist basically said, "I do not have the tools to assist you with your OCD. This is too much for me. You need to find someone else."
I will
But
say,
guys, I promise I'm a functioning human
no,
being, and I think not everyone knows. Like,
no, I don't think everyone knows. And I will say that, like, you are super functioning. I will say one of the reasons, like, I guess I was also like, I was supportive of you going to therapy. And one of the reasons was because at that time specifically, also, like, a big issue was the anxiety it was causing and, like,
yeah,
your lack of coping mechanisms,
which is maybe potentially still an issue.
which might potentially still be an issue, but I kind of feel like it might be better now, a little bit.
I'll tell you the place that in my head has been in the last like 3 weeks. I would not even recommend anyone
No.
take a visit in there. You wouldn't like it. But
Okay, never mind then.
that's you didn't even know that.
I didn't.
So that's actually positive because the anxiety before it was everyone knew and it was crippling.
Yeah, and yeah, okay. No,
And it
I'm not
did
gonna.
get it all got a little better when I stopped my birth control. And then I had like a
That
couple
is,
weeks where it didn't feel like the world was ending every day. And the world doesn't feel quite like it's ending every day the way it did a couple months ago. But the
yeah.
place inside my head is a little scary.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is,
Very.
4 years ago, I had no idea that I had OCD. I just was like, I thought I was maybe a little bit crazy. And
I never thought you were crazy.
oh, thanks, Susan. But now I know, and so it makes more sense. And now I know, like, I can learn more about this condition, find better ways to cope, even if I'm still working on finding ways to cope, but I
I
can
think
work
that
on it
will be a
now.
lifelong thing because I think
Yeah,
as life changes, you'll cope in different ways.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, you tell me another one.
Okay, I guess this next one's kind of random, but it's people are going to judge you literally no matter what you do. So be uniquely yourself, but also be warned that, in my opinion and experience,
Hmm.
being uniquely yourself makes you simultaneously more lovable and hateable.
Well, yeah.
So, so just like I don't know, I just feel like literally people will look for any reason to judge anyone. And which is horrible and should not be how
But it is
people live
true.
their lives. But it is true. And like, there's going to be someone who is either jealous of you or just like thinks you're annoying or just hates on you regardless. So I
Yeah.
really think that like, just be who you are regardless because like, not being who you are isn't going to stop that. Like, it
Yeah.
might be from it might come from different sources then, but like it's not gonna stop that. And I don't know. And I feel like if you're being like uniquely yourself and you have like a bunch of like hate in your life, like those are just not the people for you. And it can be really hard to walk away from friendships or like people who you really like, but just like for some reason don't like you or like treat you well. But first of all, I'm like, you shouldn't like those people, but at the same time, I'm like, I also have a hard time not
Yeah.
liking people.
Yeah.
But it can be really hard to walk away from friendships. But I think that like different people will serve you well at different points in your life. And you just like, as long as who you are isn't inherently a crappy person, like you still need to work on yourself and try to be a good
Yeah.
human.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you should just like don't let other people tell you who you need to be.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I
I have
just
one that's kind of related
yeah, let's hear
about
it.
judgy people. I think I've even learned this probably in the last like 2 years. But if you're gonna just feel, if you want to wear something, an item of clothing, a swimsuit, whatever it is, and you're gonna feel self-conscious in it, so you decide not to wear it because you feel like people will look at you. But then you're gonna feel self-conscious either way. Wear the thing you want to wear. Why
Yeah,
don't we
wear
just
what you
wear
want to
the thing
wear.
we want to wear?
I also feel like, you hear like old ladies talk about how like you'll like look back at pictures and love your body, like
Yeah,
miss who you were in your 20s. So I'm like, just live it up. Wear what you want to wear.
literally.
I mean, obviously like time and place occasionally, you know
There's
what I mean?
there's certainly times and places, but like
But
just
also
literally just wear the freaking outfit. If you want to wear the outfit, don't wear it
wear,
because you feel like other people want you to. Wear the
yes,
outfit because you want
because
to.
you want to.
Yeah, regardless of what it is. I honestly don't
No,
care what it is. Just wear the outfit.
I agree. And I think that someone dressed kind of like it's something I would never wear, but who wears it with confidence versus someone dressed like in style or whatever, who wears something like not confidently. It's like you're more gravitated to the person who's like wearing their confidence, like
Yeah.
even if it's like more out there stylistically.
And like if something's gonna be like wear the fun out like wearing a fun outfit for an event is fun. Even
It's
if it's
fun.
not something you would normally wear. So it's like get out of your comfort zone. Do it. I don't like if people are gonna
Dressing up is
look at you.
fun.
I don't care. You're hot. So
Yeah,
let
dressing up
them
is
look.
fun, but also like don't worry about what you wear to class.
No. No. No.
I literally
Guys,
had
wear what you
someone,
want to wear. That's what I think I've learned.
no,
Is just literally wear what you want.
I literally had someone who had never really seen me outside of class. Like we were like o only saw them in class, but we
You were
were like
class friends.
class friends. And they saw me outside of class and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you look really good." And I was like, "Yeah, 'cause I'm not in pajamas." I was like, "Thanks, but like it's 'cause I'm not wearing my Tinkerbell nightgown t-shirt." Like,
You did really wear pajamas to class.
yeah, the shirt that I'm wearing is a pajama shirt, and I wore it all the time to school.
Yeah, that's fair.
It literally has so many holes in it. Like
Oh, I know the one.
the collar just recently ripped off, and I'm still wearing it. But like, I will wear this t-shirt till it is no longer a t-shirt. But I wear it
Yeah.
everywhere, and I wore it to class at least once a week. But speaking of class friends, one of my thing is that trying to figure out if you're just class friends or real friends is so hard. And
Also, I kind of hot take. I think it's just a choice. If you ask someone to hang out, you'll probably become out of class
no,
friends.
that's what I was gonna say is that
Sorry.
no, you're good. It's that like it's really a choice and it can be really hard to like I guess it's like making the first move in a friendship though.
You just have to make the move, guys.
You just have to make
It's not crazy.
the move. And I was talking to Lexi because we were talking about I've ended up in like this like random friend group for the summer, but well, I
Yes,
call
with
them
her
my parents.
boyfriends.
And I was talking to Lexi and I was like, it's so weird because like every time I hang out with Jared, I'm with a different group of people. Like occasionally, one time it was a group of people from Queen Creek. One time it was like his cousins and his aunt and this one other kid named Brad. I don't know. It was just like it's just like every time I'm with Jared, it's with different people. And I was like, it's so random. Like, how does he know so many people? And why is he like, he's constantly putting random people in a group t chat together, which is maybe not my speed. But Lexi was like, why aren't we all like that? Like, why aren't more people just making random group chats of people and like getting random people together? And I'm not saying everyone needs to do that because I will personally not be making random
No,
group
you
chats
don't
of
need to do
people.
that. Like, you and my friend groups, we do not have
Oh,
overlap friend groups
we don't
at
have,
all.
no.
Like, even a little bit.
But
But
I'm,
I feel like
but
we still had to like choose to be not just church friends.
Yes. The point is that like I feel like a lot of people are it's like hard to like put yourself out there friend wise. But like what like you really can just like invite whoever to whatever. And that's like
Invite whoever to whatever. And like if there's someone you feel like you vibe with in class, literally just like I feel like if you ask them to like, hey, do you want to come to the library with me and we can work on this class together, start there. And then all of a sudden you're talking about the fact that you guys are going out tonight and you invite them. Like
and
it's
you
like
invite
not
them
that
later.
hard.
No. It's so
It's
anyways,
hard to make the first move.
it's hard to make the first move. And I think we became friends because of Hallie.
Probably. Because
But
then
I
we met at church, and
yeah.
Hallie lived in my building freshman year. So Hallie and I like became friends that way. So we'd walk to church together. You guys kind of knew each other,
Well,
right? And
so
then
my
we
freshman year, Hallie and I had a class every day of the week together.
right, and then we had all the three of us had OChem together, and so that's
Yes.
when like Hallie and I actually became like friends,
No,
other
I
than
did.
just like
You and
walking to
Hallie had OChem
church.
together. I didn't have OChem with you guys
Yeah,
that time.
sorry. And then the next semester you had it with us though.
Yeah, because that was like this must well, because my freshman year I got anyways, moral of the story is we became friends through friends, but
Yeah.
um yeah, I also think that one of the things, speaking of friendships, that I feel like I've learned with having friends in so many different friend groups, like I have so many friend groups. I have Sarah, and then I like, and anyways, and like from different clubs, you have different friend groups.
Yeah.
But the nice thing and the thing that I've learned is that I think you mentioned last week, if anyone watched last week, that you have two best friends, me and Maddie. And it's like one of the things that I think is so great about having friends from so many different groups is that you get to have multiple friends and you
Yes.
get to have like different friends, I guess like not for different purposes, but kind of.
No, but kind
And
of.
and I love like meeting my friends, like my friends' friends.
Yeah.
Like
I've
it's
made
it's like
lots of
having
friends through
it's like
friends'
your
friends.
cousin, it's like your cousin's cousin on the other side of the family. It's like that, but with
I've
friends.
never met one of those, but
Oh,
um but yes, for sure.
I got kicked in
I
the
have
face
enough
last
immediate
week by
cousins.
one.
I don't need a cousin.
That's true. I only have cousins on one side of my mom's family. Well, on one
Well,
side of
I
my
have
mom's, on just
49
my
and a half
mom's.
cousins, so I've got plenty. The half
I
comes from
think.
the child that's brewing.
Oh, okay,
That's in
okay.
utero.
In utero. I have 25 cousins. There's 30 of us grandkids. But anyways, we also all
Anyways,
live very close to each other.
and
But the
my
point of
we
the
don't.
story is
But
that
the
it's like
point
fun.
is,
I think it's really fun to meet friends of your friends because then you get to like see why other people like love your friends. And it's like,
yes.
oh, I love this
And
person so
sometimes they're
much.
not gonna mesh.
Sometimes they're not going to mesh, but I think it's cool to like, I don't know, it's cool. And I think that some people feel insecure about that. And they're
Yeah.
like, why do my friends have like different friends than me? But I think like part of, because in high school it feels different, I think. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I think it's
I mean, I feel
special.
like that's it. That's the
Yeah.
point.
I think it's special, and I think that like you should not feel insecure about that.
Yes. I have a friend, another friend related one,
Okay.
and that is that life does not end when you move away from your friends or they don't live next door. And
I hope not.
no, I know, literally. I'm reminding myself now because 4 years ago at this time, I was gonna leave for school I left on August 16th, so 13 days. And I was freaking out because my like closest friends, like my three best friends in my friend group, were all going to school together in a different place than me, and I literally thought my life was over because I wasn't gonna live next door. Well, I never lived next door to my friends, but I couldn't live like basically at my friends' houses with them. And I literally was like, I'll never make a friend as great as these people ever again. Like life is over.
hmm
And it was like so devastating and sad. And I think that's what's like the fact that I'm still really good friends with those people. Like
hmm
that's Maddie, Kate, and Allison,
Yeah,
really. Like I'm
those are
still
your
friends with those
girls.
people. Those are my girls. And guess what? I made really, really great new friends that made me super sad to leave Arizona too. But life isn't over when Susan is moving across the country and I move states because guess what? You get to choose to be friends with people. Like if being
hmm
friends is a choice and
It is.
life's not over. As you just have to choose to be friends.
That's a good. I needed that. Like my life's ending in a week.
It's not, but it's not.
But it's not. You're so right.
But I
Ugh,
didn't realize that 4 years ago, honestly.
yeah, it's hard. And
It
like,
is hard.
I'm also like, especially 4 years ago, like my freshman year of college, like one of the reasons I went to U of A is because your girl is a homesick girl. We've known this my whole life. And like I've come home from camps early because I'm homesick. Like I like
I
get
could
not
not
I'm
relate
like
to that.
I had a sleepover at my cousin's when I was younger, and I like my mom picked me up at like midnight because I was like nauseous because I was so homesick. And it was
I forget this
a
about you
mile
because
away.
I couldn't relate less.
I know, but yeah, you can't really relate to
I
this.
was like, when I was choosing a school, I was like, how can I get far away from this house? Oh, yeah, a 23-hour drive, that'll do. I think that's good enough. And then when I moved to Utah, I said, I think I'm
You're too
too close to
close.
my parents' house. It's 12 hours, guys. I'm 12 hours away. We just do well with distance. But
You do well
anyway,
with
I
distance.
digress.
No, I was just saying though that like I was only 2 hours away from home, and I was still so homesick. But also like no one from my high school went to U of A, which is actually insane because I'm literally from
That's
Arizona.
crazy.
Um, but this is like okay. My next one is also semi-friend related ish. This one is like trust your gut. If you feel uncomfortable in a situation, just quietly show yourself out. Like there's
Yeah.
gonna be situations you feel uncomfortable, and I feel like the best way to get out of them is to literally just you don't even have to tell anyone you're leaving. Just leave. Like if it's because sometimes if you tell people about it, it can like cause more
Becomes a bigger
issues.
deal.
It becomes a big deal. Just leave. Like if you're not having a good time, just leave. Like you, because like also that you if you're not having a good time and it's unrelated to other people and they're having a good time, you don't have to like stop other people from having a good time either. Like just leave. But also along with that, in my opinion, if you're so Sarah and I both don't drink, and U of A has possibly a large drinking culture.
Maybe.
Possibly every
Maybe it's been in like the top 10 party schools every year for the last like 100 years for a reason.
but I would say that like I I feel like the best people and like the people you want to be friends with are the people who are just like gonna show you respect and like but people and in my opinion people will show you respect if you respect them and I
And you respect yourself.
and you respect yourself and I never really had issues with anyone ever pressuring me to drink but then also because I like vice versa showed respect to them it wasn't like they would like I guess like leave me out because I think a lot of people with like not drinking feel like they're gonna get left out. But I feel like I still had my friends would still invite me on their birthday bar crawls or stuff like that, but they would like know that I wasn't gonna drink, but it was like I can still be there as a friend, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I think when you stick to something, like when you say you're not going to drink and you
Stick
continuously
to it.
you stick to it, it's I'm not saying it's easy, as someone who's made some mistakes, but I'm not saying it's easy. But when you stick to it, it's easier and people
Easier.
respect you more. Once you've messed up, it's harder. And so just like, I mean, and you can learn from that. That's also
Yeah.
part of learning. But like once you if you respect yourself and respect your decisions, like you don't have to be excluded from all these things.
No.
Like I don't drink, as Susan said, right? But I still have a favorite bar. Like I love to go.
Sarah loves the hut.
I think it's fun. Like I still like to go to parties. I still like to like go out with my friends, and I had a great time and without drinking.
Yeah. And I think that if like that's honestly like if you have good friends, they won't be pressuring you to do things you don't want to
Yes, and my mistakes were all because of my own FOMO issues.
do.
Honestly,
Sarah
we
does
know
have
I struggle really bad with FOMO,
not to
and
not to just like say it, but you have really bad phone.
no, I literally like my the my FOMO is really, really bad. It's been an issue literally my whole life. Like I literally ha remember having breakdowns like in elementary school because I thought people were hanging out without me, like, and I was missing out. Like anything. It doesn't even matter what it is. I don't even have to want to do the activity, and I have FOMO about it. But you can live and life goes on.
Life does go on. This is another one. Life just goes on.
Life just goes on.
Yeah. Did you have another one?
I have one last funny one.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm like, none of mine are funny. They're just
Okay, well, you'll move
so
on from the boy
serious.
you were in love with since you were 7. I was
Guys,
I was debating whether or not I was gonna
wait, am
say
I allowed
that,
to say
but
this? Because I told you I wouldn't publicly shame you if you did it before your birthday.
no, you can tell them.
Okay. I told Sarah I'd publicly shame her. This is not a shaming. This is now just like, this boy, well, there's a lot of history, but the part I'm gonna say is that she finally, everyone give a round of applause, insert round of applause here to Sarah because she removed his workout notifications from her Apple Watch after how many years? A lot. She'd been in,
Well, I didn't have it while he was on his mission, but
okay.
pre-mission, yeah, so when I got my Apple Watch, I guess when I was 15. So so then
I didn't know
but
you've
then
been
he
getting workout notifications from him for that long.
well, I think he got his around the same time. I'm trying to remember. Yeah,
Sarah,
I think he got it was his for his 16th birthday, so like 6 months later. And then, when he was no, but we didn't share immediately. I think it wasn't until I was almost 17 when we started sharing, and then he went on a mission and I didn't have him for those 2 years, and then he got back and promptly began again.
was this our
And
junior or sophomore? This was our junior year, right?
When he got back
Awesome.
while I was in Spain. So between sophomore and junior year.
Okay, guys, I just want everyone to know that this man is the reason that I knew mine and Sarah's friendship would last forever.
This is mortifying.
Do you want the story on the
Yeah,
internet?
please.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
just
go
like,
ahead. Who freaking cares? Because like I said, I'm fully moved on. Like I
yeah.
literally,
Well, and
like
I'm
I
so
care.
proud
He's a
of you.
great person, but I couldn't
Getting
care less
married.
about that. He's getting married. Yeah.
But so Sarah and I went to Utah. And we went to
Oh,
Utah,
we're
I think,
telling this.
oh, well, I'll tell
Go
this.
ahead. Go ahead. That's fine.
That's why I asked if you wanted it on it.
That's fine. Go ahead.
We drove up to Utah and
That was a fun
because
drive.
this was for we were supposed to be going for a wedding reception, but then the wedding
Yeah, the wedding
reception got
reception got
moved.
moved last minute.
It's
We were
weird.
still like, it was a
We were
weird
like, let's
situation.
go because we were staying with my brother and my sister-in-law, so we had like a place to stay for free. So we might as well just go because we both have friends in Provo. Sarah and I liked to go to Utah to hang out with our different friends in Utah. We would just
Yes, and
travel
then we'd reunite at the
and
end of the
and
night.
we'd reunite and debrief at the end of the night, but we would just like travel
Or
the
I would have to scoot Susan over in her bed because I got home too late and Susan was sprawled out on the bed and I'd have to
I fell
literally
asleep.
shove her to
I
fit.
wasn't planning on falling asleep. I fell asleep by accident, completely diagonally in the bed. And sometimes it's really hard to wake me
It's
up.
really hard to wake her up. And to be fair, it was probably like 3 in the morning when I got home.
So I was like, why didn't you wake me up? And she was like,
I was like curled up in the corner.
you're like in the fetal.
Sorry, tell your story. This is getting like a very long episode, so go ahead.
But we're in Utah. And this boy, this previously mentioned boy, when we were driving there, it kind of sounded like he was asking her on a date. Turned out it was like a hike with like six of his roommates or something.
No, that's not exactly what happened. It still was a date. We still did stuff by ourselves too.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
then we went, like, there were other people's girlfriends there too.
I forgot about them. But because they're not important to my life.
No.
Anyways, moral of the story is that the end of this trip ended kind of badly.
It was a tough end, and I was really heartbroken, and everybody knew it. But
And
to be fair, I was literally 20 years
no,
old, and this had been going on for like
a
a
lot of
long
years.
time, and I talked to him his whole freaking mission. So there was
And
that too.
and it was at the point where like something needed to happen. She either needed
Yeah.
to have her heart broken or he needed to like start dating her.
Something.
something. Um, and then yeah, that was a crazy night and crazy drive home. And I don't know, I just knew after that trip that if we could make it through that, we could make it through anything.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't like I was the one breaking up with her, but
I was really upset
and
and
that's okay. I mean, it's
yeah,
valid that you're upset. You were basically in love with this man for many years.
not even really basically. I think we can be let's be honest with myself and the internet. I was really in love with this man for many years.
But it's okay because she's moved on, guys. She deleted him from the Apple work. What is the workout
Yeah,
notifications?
I don't get his workout notifications anymore. I
Let's
didn't
just
text him on his last
let me
birthday.
say for the record that she did receive workout notifications for 2 years post that trip to Utah.
It's not quite 2 years. It will be 2 years in September, and I don't get them anymore. I
Like a year and
didn't,
a half.
Susan, we haven't texted in, I don't even know how long, like a year, more than a year and a half.
No, I'm literally so proud of you.
Like people are barely, like people, I haven't even gotten like mutual friends giving me updates on his life anymore. Like I
Wow.
just don't even care.
I'm
I do care
literally,
about him as a person,
yeah.
but and I'm not going to his wedding. So
Okay. You decided.
I decided
I'm so proud of you.
because
Yay.
why would I?
Why would you? I mean, no, I was about to say you're friends, but like,
We were friends.
you're past the
I was
point
his
of
friend,
friendship.
but yeah, I've moved on. My family sent him a gift. Like it's not
Yeah.
like there's nothing wrong. I just like I really don't need to see him. Like if I ran into him, it would be fine, but I don't need to see him.
Yeah. That makes sense. No, that was
Anyway,
needed.
that 4 years ago, if you'd have told me that 4 years ago, I was plotting on how I was gonna like do something crazy. I don't even. No, 4 years ago he was leaving on a mission. Like he
Mm,
had just left and I was devastated.
devastated.
I also thought life was over, but then we just, sent 40-minute voice recordings every week.
Guys,
So it wasn't over.
I listened to some of these messages he sent her.
I
That was
forgot.
crazy.
Okay,
No,
I'm not even
he was the
justifying this
crazy. I'm
anymore.
not saying you are. I'm saying he was like he was
I have to say, I'm pretty sure if a boy calls you on his way to the airport to leave for his mission, he's also down bad. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna
and
say
then
it.
he DM'd you his phone number when he got back.
Yes, literally the
Like
next, like
that's not
the day, the next, whatever.
that's literally him, not you.
Yes, we used to FaceTime for 6 hours at a time, like daily.
Oh my gosh, we recorded a house tour for him of,
We
of
recorded a
me
house tour for him.
of me giving
I
him
found that video the other day.
of me giving him a tour of Sarah's house.
Yeah. Okay, I was down bad, but I'm just gonna go out on a whim here and say
I think he
I
was
think
too.
it was mutual.
I think he was too.
It was not the right time.
No,
And it was not the right situation. Anyway, the point is I've fully moved on.
I'm so
Literally
proud of you.
100%.
Oh yeah,
And I'm living my best life.
you are living your best life, and I'm happy for you. I had one more,
Okay, last one. Wrap us
which
up.
is it's like two, but they're for short. Find a place and get outside. And by find a
Yeah.
place, I mean like you need a place where like you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, you're literally gonna like crash out, drop out of school, stuff's going down. You need a place to go that's not in your like house, apartment, dorm, not somewhere like I don't know, it can be somewhere you can get to every day, but like for me it's like somewhere without people. And like I think places in nature are the best. And I also think that like being in ma nature does more for your mental health than a lot of people give it credit. Like I
100%.
know people just say take a walk, but literally take a walk. Go
In
outside.
the outdoors.
Yeah, go outside. Don't like get not on treadmill walk. If you can walk outside, walk outside.
It
And
cures you.
go sit on a bench, go find a rock to sit on. Like I loved Tucson for that reason is because I felt like I could drive 10 minutes and be in the middle of nowhere and just
Well,
like sit.
because you drove 10 minutes and you're at Saguaro National Park.
Yes, and that was like my favorite, one of my favorite places, and I specifically love to watch the sunset there. Which
Yeah.
and so I just feel
And we've
like
had some nights out there after rough
yeah,
days.
yeah, or we would go out in the middle of the dark and stargate and sit on the top of my car.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, like I'm just like I think that if you have somewhere because so my roommates, I love them to death. Hi Lana and Kate, you're probably not listening, and that's okay. But they like I feel like I mean, I'm just gonna say it. They didn't go outside very often. And but
They
I
are
mean,
indoor girls.
they're indoor girls and I love them so very much. But they're indoor girls and I think like one of the reasons that they were indoor girls is because they didn't like feel comfortable in that like they hadn't like explored the
They hadn't
outdoors.
found a spot.
They
Yeah.
hadn't found a spot, but like they just like hadn't like done the exploration required to find a spot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it does take minor bits of exploration, but as soon as you find somewhere, you can stop exploring. Like you don't have to like climb mountains. But anyways, I really think that that got me through school was
And
having a place to go when I feel like life is falling apart. Like really, it's like really the concept of grounding yourself. Like sometimes you really just gotta like ground yourself and be like, oh my gosh, let me be so real. This is not gonna move this mountain. Like this problem is not
yeah,
that big.
I feel like related to that, I learned I need to walk every day. Like Nora always makes fun of me for this because she's like, Sarah needs her walk today. And I do need,
Ew.
I have to take a walk every single
Yeah.
day. If like, I need it for my mental health, frankly.
I
I need to be outside and I need to go for a walk. Or
yeah.
a run does the job for me too.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just need to walk.
But also just like I think it's like the concept of being
It's just
outside and
being outside.
also
Hmm.
moving your body. Like
Yep.
the concept like both. And I feel like when you're like moving your body, like sometimes you can like dwell on things a little less than if you're stationary. You for sure can still dwell on, you
100%.
for sure can still dwell, but maybe
Oh,
less than
1000%. But it
less.
helps to have a distraction.
Yeah. Okay, this is so random, but now I'm trying to think of like what I've learned from you. Like the biggest thing I've
Oh,
learned from you over
okay.
undergrad.
Let me think about your for you as well.
I think one of the things I've learned from Sarah over undergrad, I mean, there's so many things, but one thing I learned is like Sarah is such a respecter of persons. Like that's the way you say the phrase, right? Like being a respecter
Yeah.
of persons. Like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I have like, I mean, she always has a safe space for me to say whatever I'm thinking. But sometimes like her perspective is just like so respectful of like people and their individual identities. And I really like that. And it's like it really helps me be like a less harsh, like and judgmental person, even if it's like just in my thoughts.
That's quite the compliment, actually.
I
So thanks.
that's what I thought of. I don't know. It's true.
And this might sound rude. I'm
That's
just gonna
okay.
start there. We already know that Susan is a horse girl and might have autism and is a band kid and she's a silly girl, right? And I
They're
think
all true things.
sometimes I have the habit of being like we don't have it, not you specifically, but just
Oh,
in general, like with a person, like we have nothing in common. I
oh,
can't be
because
friends
we
with
have
you
very little in common.
because we really do have very little in common. But I think from our friendship, I've learned, and from you, I've learned like you, frankly, like I feel like it goes back to like you're just choosing to be friends with people.
Hmm.
Like you can look so far beyond like what someone wears, someone looks like, what activities they like to do, and sometimes like mutual activities are very helpful in a
Yeah.
friendship.
I
But
feel like our greatest
like
mutual activity is the love of getting a sweet treat.
no, I was gonna say that. Find yourself someone who you can like rely on to have like a peaceful space for you. Like I don't know how I would have made it through like specifically junior year when I was having quite a number of health issues that were like kind of
That
all
was a
coming at
rough year.
once. It was
Yeah.
a really rough year for me.
We got a sweet treat, I think, every night
like
spring
almost every
semester.
week. Like we were,
Yeah.
and I needed someone who could just like distract me, be there, listen. Like find yourself someone who cares about you. Is that a stupid thing to say?
No, it's not stupid. And I feel like also someone that you can go like back and forth from having like deep intellectual conversations, like you can feel like is a safe space. They care about you. You can tell them these things, and then also you can be silly with. Like I feel like
Yes.
you need balance. It can't all be heavy, but it's also nice to have someone who you can talk to about those things.
You need someone where you can do both.
Yeah. No, I like
And
that.
Susan
That
is
friendship.
like, I don't know what I would have done without her.
Ugh, you're so nice to me.
Well,
But
I love you a lot.
well, I
I
love
don't
you
know
a
if you know
lot.
this, that I really love you.
Stop. I don't know if you know this, but I really love you. I do.
Okay, mommy.
The girl.
Had to bring
The,
that one back.
when was it last night? The night before when I was talking to you when I was on the pier?
Oh,
Kath,
it's the night before, right
and then
before I
Catherine started
left.
calling me, and then she's like, "Girl, where have you been for the past 45 minutes?" I was like, "It's not been 45 minutes." I was like, "I've just been walking down up and down the pier." And she goes, "Doing what?" I was like, "Talking to Sarah." I was like,
Sarah needed someone
"FaceTime
to
me."
pick an outfit for
I
her
was
so she
like,
could go to a boy's
I was
house.
like,
What
Sarah
about it?
FaceTime me, and she was like, "Oh, well, that makes sense." We get back to the table, and she's like, "She was talking to Sarah." What about
I'm
it?
sorry, but anyway, yeah.
What
Find
about
someone, find a
it?
person for you.
Anyways,
Or lots of people, but like a friendship that's so solid in every aspect. You need it.
yeah. I think our conclusive thoughts are that school's hard. You're gonna fail. It's gonna kick your butt sometimes. Life goes on, and you need good friends.
Yes, I think that is frankly what I learned in the last 4 years.
Yeah. Um, but yeah,
We love you all.
happy back to school. Happy August. I cannot believe
Happy
it's
August.
August.
Me neither. Can't believe the best
That's
month of the year is done.
yeah. Your birth month's come and gone.
Come and gone.
Look
Anyway,
at you.
we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Susan just
Bye.
blew a kiss for our listeners.